Edgar Valanca. I'm the owner of Raclette NYC. The phone rang at about 7:30 in the morning, and it was a person who wanted to make reservations for that evening. 5 minutes later, another phone call came through, again with a reservation request. By noon, I had fielded about 25 calls, and by the time we opened the doors at 12 o'clock, there was a line around the corner. I used to work for a corporation in Europe and lived there for about 10 years. And I was introduced to Raclette by an ex-girlfriend of mine whose father lived in Switzerland by Geneva and her mom who lived in Paris. And every time I would go visit them, they would have a special Raclette night, and that's how I grew to love the dish and the tradition. I started Raclette in 2012 actually. Started looking for some other things to do besides working for a big corporation. I was here in New York and they wanted to move me back to Europe, and I decided that was the time to basically do my own thing. And in 2012 I hired a chef to teach me a little bit of the preparation techniques that I would need to create the menu. Worked on it for about 3 years and opened the restaurant in 2015. We really didn't start taking off until 2016 when a Facebook post of ours went viral. By the end of that day, we basically had grossed our highest sales figure ever, and by the next day I had hired 10 additional people to control the sidewalk crowds and to keep producing the food that all of a sudden the whole world seemed to want.
We're going to take melted cheese to a whole new level. I love cheese.
The cheese is really the star of the show.
It's like oozing heaven on a plate. Wow.
During those early days, we only had a 14-seat restaurant, and people would just camp out in front of the restaurant for about 3 hours before opening. And it was just a challenge trying to get everyone in who wanted to come. And obviously we had such a small kitchen that it was a challenge just preparing the food. By the third day, that first video went viral, we had secured a second kitchen and hired additional 10 staff members. And 3 months after that, we were able to get a bigger restaurant. The whole theatricality of the tableside scrape with a big wheel of cheese, I think that's really what catches people's attention. When we first started this restaurant, social media was not as big as it is right now, and the whole viral food video phenomenon hadn't really started. We came by at just the right time with the right product, and although we didn't set out to go viral, I guess the visuality of our food lent itself to that concept.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to all of our pages to make sure you're getting that primo cheddar content.